Valmiki Ramayana, Bala Kanda, Book 1, Sarga 25, Canto 25. The Hermitage of Love. Soon as appeared the morning light, up rose the mighty anchorite. And thus to youthful Rama said, who lay upon his leafy bed, high fate is hers who calls thee son. Arise this break of day, rise, chief, and let those rites be done. Due at the morning's ray, at that great sage's high behest, up sprang the princely pair, to bathing rites themselves addressed, and breathed the holiest prayer. Their morning task completed, they to Vishwamitra came, that store of holy works to pay, the worship saints may claim. Then to the hallowed spot they went, along fair Saraju's side, where mix her waters confluent with three-path Ganga's tide. There was a sacred hermitage, where saints devout of mind, their lives through many a lengthened age, to penance had resigned. That pure abode the princess eyed with unrestrained delight, and thus unto the saint they cried, rejoicing at the sight. Whose is that hermitage we see, who makes his dwelling there? Full of desire to hear are we, O saint, the truth declare. The hermit smiling made reply to the two boys' request. Hear Rama, who in days gone by this calm retreat possessed. Kandarpa, in apparent form, called Kama by the wise, dared Uma's new-wed lord to storm, and make the god his prize. 'Gainst Stanu's self, on rites austere, and vows intent, they say, his bold rush hand be dared to rear, though Stanu cried away. But the god's eye, with scornful glare, fell terrible on him, dissolved the shape that was so fair, and burnt up every limb. Since the great god's terrific rage destroyed his form and frame, Kama in each succeeding age has borne Ananga's name. So where his lovely form decayed, this land is Anga styled. Sacred to him of old this shade, and hermits undefiled. Here scripture talking elders sway, each sense with firm control, and penance rites have washed away all sin from every soul. One night, fair boy, we here will spend, a pure stream on each hand, and with tomorrow's light will bend our steps to yonder strand. Here let us bathe, and free from stain, to that pure grove repair, sacred to Kama, and remain one night in comfort there. With penance far discerning eye, the saintly man beheld their coming, and with transport high, each holy bosom swelled. To Kaushik's son the gift they gave, that honored guest should greet. Water they brought his feet to lave, and showed him honor meet. Ram and Lakshman next obtained in due degree their share. Then with sweet talk the guests remained, and charmed each listener there. The evening prayers were duly said, with voices calm and low. Then on the ground each laid his head, and slept till morning's glow. Jai. Absolutely beautiful. Valmiki Ramayana ki jai. The lovely Hermitage. Bala Kanda. Footnotes 37.1. At the rising of the sun, as well as at noon, certain observances, invocations, and prayers were prescribed, which might under no circumstances be omitted. One of these observances was the recitation of the Savitri, a Vedic hymn to the sun of wonderful beauty, Gorbesio. Okay, I guess Gorbesio is a dude who translated and made this particular interpretation or comment. 37.1b. Tripataga. Three path go. You see, here we have our dear Ralph Griffith realizing how close, ridiculously close is Sanskrit, actually is English to Sanskrit. Other way around, because Sanskrit is much older than English. Sanskrit is the mother language of all languages. Okay, all languages ultimately are derived from Sanskrit. So, three path go, Tripataga. Look at this. Look at this. That's one of the names of Ganga, River Ganga. It's Ganga. It's not Ganges. It's Ganga. Flowing in heaven, on earth, and under the earth. See Canto XLV. Roman numerals XLV. Don't know exactly, but I know that X stands for Christ, or it's a number 10. I guess the largest non-number in decimal system, because we know 0 is not a number. We just use 0 to help us to help us go around. In decimal system, the highest number is 9, and then after 9 again comes 1, but we add this imaginary 0, so we can in this way continue counting to infinity. And X stands for Christ, Rome and Christ, Rama and Krishna. 37.2b, Tennyson's Indian Kama, the god of love, known also by many other names. 37.3b, Uma or Parvati, was daughter of Himalaya, monarch of mountains, and wife of Shiva. See Kalidasa's Kumara Sambhava, or birth of the war god. Stanu, the unmoving one, a name of Shiva. 37.5b, the practice of austerities, voluntary tortures, and mortifications was anciently universal in India and was held by the Indians to be of immense efficacy. Hence, they mortify themselves to expiate sins, to acquire merits, and to obtain superhuman gifts and powers. The gods themselves sometimes exercise themselves in such austerities, either to rise themselves to greater power and grandeur, or to counteract the austerities of men which threaten to prevail over them and to deprive them of heaven. Such austerities were called in India tapas, burning ardor, fervent devotion, and he who practiced them, tapasvin, goresio. Okay, this is Ralph Griffith quoting from a dude called Goresio. You see, austerities, performance of yogic discipline, of hermetically closing off the outside world in a hermitage. So these are all British words that are etymologically derived from Har Har Mahadev. Harmatically, and hermitage, because we all know that of all the yogis in the universe, of all the great tapasvis, yogis, the greatest of all is Har Har Mahadev, is Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva always lives the most rudimentary lifestyle. He always lives the most simplest and completely detached from everything material. He always meditates. He sits down in a yogic asana, the most stable asana called Padma asana, the lotus asana, like a pyramid, the most stable position the human body can be in any object. Padmasana. That's how Lord Shiva sits down and meditates. He hermetically is closed off from all illusion of material temporary manifestation. In a hermitage, har. These are all British words derived from the greatest yogi of all the time, Har Har Mahadev, Lord Shiva. These are the true etymologies of the words, because British language is nothing but a Kali Yuga version of Sanskrit. It's coded Sanskrit. It's coded Sanskrit. It's acronyms and abbreviations of Sanskrit language. That's all it is. Because Sanskrit is the mother language. In Kali Yuga, we see Sanskrit present everywhere, all around the planet, in the form of the British language. Sanskrit is the mother language. Actually, Sanskrit is also called Devanagari, the language of the gods. In other words, the whole universe speaks Sanskrit. It's a universal language, not only for the planet Earth, but for the whole universe. Everywhere you look during the night, all those stars and planets represent different demigods who inhabit them, and all of them universally know Sanskrit. Just like here on this little planet Earth, universally British language is spoken all over the planet. And once we understand this, then the illusion of misspelling is gonna go away. We will understand that the whole planet was Vedic Aryan civilization. We will understand who God is, Rama and Krishna, Rome and Christ. Rome and Christ, again, is a perverted version, Kali Yuga version of Rama and Krishna. That's in Kali Yuga everything becomes perverted. Just like you take your socks off every night when you go to sleep and you invert them. The socks may look like the socks, but they are not in their original form. They are, of course, they are socks. You know, you can wear them the next morning, but because you inverted them when you took them off, the socks are not in their original form. And that's what we see. Kali Yuga, everything we see, we can see that there is the truth, there is God, there is Krishna, there is Christ. But the version of Krishna in Kali Yuga is inverted. Is inverted. That's all it is. It's inversion, perversion of the ultimate reality. Like that. Anyway, there's so many things to talk about here, and just absolutely beautiful, beautiful British language chapter of Ramayana. Poetically so beautiful. Look at this. Man. And name of the chapter, The Hermitage of Love. Harmitage. Because of all the yogis, Har Har Mahadev is the greatest. Ciao.